Okay, this is going to be a film that helps you gather your information for tomorrow's assignment on how to write a resume. It's to kind of reinforce what we did in class today. Okay, remember we talked about this. Before you design your resume, you need to gather all the information you're going to need. So, specifically for tomorrow, this means you need to make lists of all the jobs that you've held and include jobs such as, babysitting or helping on farms, things like that. Also, include all the school activities in which you've participated, all the out of school activities in which you participated, like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, church activities, 4 H, any volunteer community service that you have done, and any kind of special skills or classes or certifications. So, for instance, if you have first aid certification or CPR certification, definitely include that. If you've taken some advanced placement classes or some honors classes, make sure that you can include that too in your list. When you're thinking about your resume, you need to decide on whether or not you're going to include your education or experience first. Now, generally, you're going to start with your education because you have not yet, as a high school student, held a professional job or any kind of job that's required education beyond high school. However, later on in your life, you might want to start with experience first if you've been out of school for several years and you want to highlight what your jobs have allowed you to do. Okay, another thing that I want you to do before tomorrow is I want you to choose your fonts. I want you to choose two. And remember, we've talked about serif and sans serif fonts. Choose a font that you want to use for your headings on your resume, and then choose another font that you want to use for the body text. And remember how we talked about if you picked more than two fonts, your resume would start to look way too chaotic. You can find some templates, and some of you are going to be tempted to do this when we get started, but I'm telling you that through experience, most students have trouble changing the spacing on the templates when they start putting in their own information. So I'm going to really advise you that you decide whether you want to make your resume on Google Doc or Word, and we're just going to use the tab key, and we're going to use, the formatting of the fonts to change the appearance. We can also make use of the ruler on the top of the page. So for tomorrow, what I want you to do is to bring a list of all your experience and your activities, your community service and things like that, and the names of the two fonts you want to use. So that's your assignment for tomorrow. Thank you.